Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am looking at TAN today, T-A-N. It's a solar ETF. And this is our monthly view with the 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. As you can see, as our moving averages came together, we made a big breakup. We are at the bottom of this channel that has a good midpoint line. And we're headed up here. I'm saying 50 is where I think we may be going. So that could run up and hit our 200 period moving average. So this is going to move up as we go up. Let me get this line out of here. Nope, this line. Okay, let's look at our points of control. You can see we got one way up there, and then, one here, and that's a little below 50. Let me put that away. Let's go to the weekly, and you can see the lines, the moving averages are together, especially the 50 and the 1. They get together, we have a big move. They got together there, but they all gathered up here, and then with a little shake and bake back to the 200, we took off. So we broke through, went up, pulled back to the 200. Our lines gathered up and we broke down to the bottom of this channel, and we've broken off the 100. We're coming back to the 50, and then I expect we're gonna be rebounding here and moving up. So if I look at the day chart, you can see we broke through all our moving averages, and now we're bouncing off the 50, looking to head up with a bunch of gaps. And notice that we have a gap here at 50. That's a nice thing. That's where I'm hoping we're going to get to. Back to weekly. So bouncing off, came down here. We're going to bounce off this, I believe. I don't know. No one knows. Maybe someone does. And head up and try to meet up with our 200 moving average here around 50. So that's kind of an area. If I put in some more channels here, I have this channel that we kind of went through with a decent midline. And now we're fighting off this midline here. Just bouncing off of it, I believe. And we go to our daily. We have another channel here. And I'm saying this channel, this could be the midpoint line. And that could put us up here, 50. That'll put us up here around, potentially, this midpoint line would be reasonable to get up there. All right, so let's get rid of some of this. It's too much. Let's do a fib retracement and go back to the weekly. All right, here we go. So I'm going from cutting off the tails here and cutting off the tails at the top and going from bottom to top. And we have these really nice fib lines here. The 0.6. So fib retracement. So you see this 382 is pretty strong. This 0.5's got nice connection. 618, you could tell that it likes it there. Let's put on a volume profile. And you can see that 618 lines up with this point of control. So that's real nice. Okay, and then our shorter term point of control. Yeah, it's right there too. But let's stop looking at that. Oops, it's too much. Let's go back to the daily. We can see that I got this trend line here. Well, it's also probably the channel, but we broke it and we're coming back here. Probably either we're going to bounce here or we're going to come back to where we entered, which could be off the 200. If I go to the weekly, so if you remember back here, we broke through, we broke out, and then we came back to the 200. I wouldn't be surprised for us to go hit 50 and then come back down and retest this bottom again. But we shall see. That's speculation. Let's do a fib extension now. I think this is my last one, and it's pretty good. So let me go to the monthly so we can look at this. So I'm going from the bottom here on the weekly chart to the top up here on the weekly chart, and then back down here at the bottom and cutting off the tails. So this is the monthly, just so you can see it. But let's go to the weekly and work through this. Let me get rid of these moving averages. That's too much. Okay. So you can see here on the short term, we got this point of control here in the middle. We got a shorter term one right here. So we're below these. Now, if you follow this, the 382, it's got nice touches along here. And you can go all the way back to here. So it's a pretty decent line. And we look at the 0.5, and you can see it's got nice, it looks pretty nice in here. That's not bad. 618, a lot of action there. It's at a high volume. And I think if I go to maybe the daily, back up, back out. Okay, moving average, be gone. So the 618's got that nice action. We go back in time. We see it again right here. 786. It's looking pretty sharp. And then R1. But you can see that this for today's purposes, this 382 on the big scale is right there around 50. So for these reasons, I'm bullish for TAN to get to 50. All right, let's go through these other charts. We got low money flow on the monthly. Stochastics is heading up. And we're pretty trendless here on the ADX. If we go to the weekly, so that was the monthly, this is the weekly. We've come down low in this Bollinger Band and are trying to make our way up to this midpoint line, which we could hit it around 50. Right, that's right in here. So that lines up nicely. Money flow is generally up. Our stochastic is high, but pointing down, but it could stay up for a little bit, like over here. ADX is not doing much. And then on the daily, it's like money flow is just getting ready to bounce up. Stochastics are moving up, and ADX is not doing much again. Okay, so here is the monthly with our parabolic SAR and super trend, and we've got a buy on the parabolic SAR, but not the super trend. Our RSI is looking pretty low. Squeeze momentum is trying to look less bearish, and our MACD is crossing over to head up. On the weekly, a couple buys in here. RSI is broke over 50. Squeeze momentum is getting more bullish, but it looks like it's kind of topping out. But it should go up if we bounce and go. And our MACD is crossing into positive territory. And then the weekly, so we have our current sells, hoping they're going to switch to buys. We've got a general trend on the daily up, but this is our actual RSI has dropped below 50 and it's trying to get back above 50. Squeeze momentum is trying to, it's still a little bearish, but hopefully get a histogram going the other way tomorrow. And here's our MACD trying to bounce off the 50 and hopefully head up. Our histogram's getting less bearish. So this is Tan. I'm going to do a video on another specific solar company. So tune in for that one. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.